Renewed hope U.S.-Iran talks resume in Oman. The Gulf nation of Oman played host to a significant diplomatic event on April 12, 2025, as representatives from the United States and Iran met for indirect talks. These discussions, the first of their kind since President Trump's second term began, carried the weight of immense expectations and the hope of easing years of heightened tensions between the two nations. The global community watched closely as the talks unfolded in Muscat, with the potential for a breakthrough on critical issues hanging in the balance. Both sides approached the table with a history of mistrust and differing viewpoints, making the role of Oman as a neutral intermediary all the more crucial. The backdrop of the talks was painted with the complex geopolitical realities of the Middle East. Iran's nuclear program, a source of international concern, had advanced significantly since the U.S. withdrawal from the 2015 nuclear deal. Regional conflicts and proxy wars further fueled the flames of discord. Adding to the urgency, President Trump had set a 2-month deadline for a deal, raising the stakes for both sides to find common ground. The success or failure of these talks had the potential to reshape the political landscape of the Middle East and beyond, making them a focal point of international attention. The very fact that the talks were taking place despite the long history of animosity between the US and Iran signaled a glimmer of hope. Both countries seemed to recognize the potential benefits of dialogue and diplomacy. For the United States, the talks represented an opportunity to address concerns about Iran's nuclear program and regional activities. Iran, on the other hand, saw a chance to potentially break free from crippling economic sanctions and regain its footing on the world stage. The path ahead remained uncertain, but the resumption of talks offered a flicker of optimism in an otherwise tense and unpredictable environment. The weight of history pressed heavily on these talks. Decades of mistrust and animosity loomed large, casting a shadow over the proceedings. However, there was also a sense that the current global landscape, marked by interconnected challenges and shared concerns, demanded a different approach. The need for dialogue and diplomacy, however fraught with difficulties, seemed more pressing than ever. As the world held its breath, the US and Iran took tentative steps toward a new chapter in their complex relationship, one that could potentially lead to a more secure and stable future for the region. Bridging the divide, participants and format. Thorny issues on the table: nuclear program, regional security and sanctions. A glimmer of progress, outcomes, reactions, and the road ahead.